Hi guys, Tom Hunt here in the kit room, and I'm very excited. I've got something quite special to bring you today. It's a little bit different. Normally, I'm found in here in the kit room doing the technical aspects of lure fishing, but you know me, no good at editing, so it's a one-take wonder. However, I've been working behind the scenes on my laptop in the edit studio, and about a week or so ago, I went out pike fishing and I've made a film. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and combine my technical kit room style videos with on the water. So the challenge for that day was I wanted to try and catch on 5 different styles of Westin lure for pike. And it was all really about like sort of a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of fun. But then actually when I started looking back at the footage, I thought there's some really interesting footage here and some interesting lessons that I've learned through watching that footage back. And I'm going to kind of collaborate it so that I'm going to bring you my top 5 lessons learned at the end of the video. So watch the video through. It's a bit of entertainment, having a bit of fun with my mate Tony. I'll do a little bit of narration over the top, sort of just pointing out a few little bits as I see them. So hopefully you can pick up some tips and stuff as the fish react in certain ways and I use different baits. And then as you watch it all the way through, I've collated 5 kind of lessons that I picked up out of the end of that day. So watch it all the way through to the end, and more importantly, please let me know in the comments below. Do you enjoy it? It's the first one that I've done at this. If you hate it, say you hate it. If you enjoy it, say so. Let me know if there's any way that I can improve it. It's all about having a conversation with you guys. So no further ado, let's get out onto the bank. Here you go. Morning guys. So come out pike fishing today, got my waders on. I'm at a gravel pit, secret location, can't tell you where. And today's video is going to be around pike fishing, obviously, but I'm going to set myself a little challenge. Don't know about you, do you ever get that feeling that you fall into a trap of there's 1 or 2 confidence baits and you always seem to tie them on, whether the fishing's good, whether the fishing's bad, but you just don't feel like you diversify enough. So today's challenge, I'm going to try and catch pike on 5 different baits today. So I've got a good selection. I got jerk baits, glide baits like the Westin Swim. I've also got glide baits like Ricky the Roach suspending. I've got soft baits like the ball tees. I've got crank baits. Look at them, what a nice little daisy chain we've got going on there. And I've got a spinner bait as well. So they're all a little bit tangled up at the moment, but I'm going to try and catch on as many different baits as possible. So stay tuned, let's see how we get on. Going to have quite a bit of fun today. Normally it's pretty good at this venue, don't come here very often. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's try and catch on a few different baits.
I mean, you know.
Oh, got a tangle before we've even started. The problem with trebles, but there we go. And I'm going to start on Ricky the Roach. This is the suspending version, but you'll notice there, put a little bit of lead wire around the treble. Right, let's get in. What depth we got? Tighten that drag up. Don't like that slipping. Oh, so all this weed here has been right out to...
Out halfway to that swan.
Oh yeah, look at that. That looks nice. That looks nice. Right. I have a couple of... I know, I have a couple... Exactly. So a couple of casts down the edge. And then I reckon we're going to get some over there. Just over there. He's come up on Ricky the Roach. Oh yes. Oh my god, look how many leeches on him. Mate, hold the rod.
Skinny.
Look how many leeches on them. Oh my god, what a...
He spawned. He's definitely spawned.
Do you reckon that's spawned already?
I do.
Frickin'... Mate, that one wasn't coming off.
That's in such poor condition. They're now feeding, I think. What do you think?
Well, we'll find out by the end of the day. Mate, I'm going to count the leeches on him. Oh, didn't have the... Just turn the camera off as well. Good stuff. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh my god. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52,
53, 54. Mate, there must be 60 or 70 leeches on this fish. There we go. Right, time to go back. I want to try this one. It's my new colour. Well, that's 2 in not very long. There we go. Ricky the Roach got smashed about 4th cast. Should have had the camera on, didn't. Going over to the swim now, 10 centimetre swim. Make sure I don't forget that one. God, cast like a bullet. Oh, that was a good one. Mate, that was a good fish right under my feet. See if he'll come back again. Oh, that was a good 90 plus, that. Yep. Oh, I think that's good one. Oh, no. Is that the one I just saw? Net this one. Oh, another good fish. 86. Right, let's get a quick picture. Well, that was a good start. Tony had one that 2nd cast. Nice one. How big was your first one? £10? Bit bigger maybe? 9, 10, 11 pounds, something like that. Then I had a small one on a, what was the first one I had? Oh, Ricky the Roach swim bait, like that. First fish I've had on that, the old suspending version. And then we put over onto the Westin swim, had one on that. Now I'm going to get one on a soft bait. So 2 out of 5. Right, good little corner this. Going to be nice and quiet. I do know that it drops off pretty deep, pretty quick down here. But I'd like to think we're going to get one in this corner, 2nd truck or 1st truck. Here we go. Go. Right on the paws. Little one. Settle down, little one. There we go. Right, number 3 on 3 different baits. So, only a little one, but cracking little fish in the sun. Look at this, January day, right in the tip of the nose. There we go, pop that out. There we go. Back. Right, shad tease 12. That's number 3, so I'm going to change lures now. Right, Tony's been catching on Ricky the Roach. I think this one's called Realistic Roach. Obviously, absolutely brilliant pattern. So here we go. I've had how many you had, Tony? 3? 2 or 3?
I've had 2.
2. I've had 4 now. So on 3 different baits. So this will be 4th bait if I get it on that one. Come on, Ricky the Roach. Now keep your eyes peeled here, guys, because what's really interesting after I look back at this footage is how much quicker I'm fishing soft plastics. You ever get one down this edge, Tone? I'm fishing such shallow water that I'm having to fish them quicker with the jig head on because they do sink and there's a little bit of weed around. So just remember that for later. Ooh! Yeah, I was hanging it under the rod tip. Mate, saw the swell. Oh, that was brilliant. There we go, bait number 4. Reckon we're gonna do it today. I've had days on here where they only want one single bait. Mate, loads of leeches again. But they're in reasonable nick, they're chunky. Worth one in here? Huh? Should we go up in the corner first? Where was the one we had a double hook up last time?
Well, you had one there, and I had one here.
Oh, did you? Right, see if there's a few stacked in this corner then. Go on, Tony.
What is interesting is how little amount of weight you need on your lure for it not to work.
I know.
Just to stop the action. Time. See you later.
Where were they?
In the hot bath.
What, Natural Springs?
Yeah, Natural Spring.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's good to get out so hot.
Whoa, yes.
Right, double.
Double hook up, Tone.
Might be able to manage it.
Mate, it's really cold. Leader touch. Westin.
Oh, they do they?
Yeah, that's the Hyper Tease Glide. Oh no! He's off! Double hook up was going to be. I was just about to chin it. Look, we always get a double hook up in here.
It's a little bit bigger.
Is it?
It feels a little bit bigger.
Ricky the Roach. Oh, get that drag loose. Slightly better one. Oh, a little chunk. Nice.
They just feel better, don't they?
Nicely done.
Look how much that fed though.
Mate, look at this.
Is that just now?
Just smashed the fuck out of it.
Yeah, look. Look how many fish, what's in there? They're crayfish again.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I can feel it crunching.
Oh yeah.
That's crayfish.
That is
isn't it?
crayfish. Oh, you can feel them all the way down there.
That's typical.
Right.
Whoop.
No, but there's so much weed, makes it a bit tricky. Now, keep your eyes peeled. Watch how quickly I'm fishing the bait here and what it leads to. Like the last fish, fishing too quick, I get a follow and a swipe right under the rod tip. It's no coincidence the same happens again. How deep does it go?
That was a fucking beauty.
Right, I think that scared the life out of him just as much as it scared the life out of me. Yeah. Oh, just down here again. Same. Yeah. That was an early release. Oh, there we go. Mate, never felt a thing on the first one. Never touched the bait. Never touched the bait on that when it rolled on the first one. Never felt a thing on the rod. I was sure there was one more out there. Yeah. Yeah, it's lumpy again, you can feel it. Oh, we're having a good day. We're up to, what are we up to, Tony? 17, I think it is. 17 between us. Caught on loads of different baits. It's been a cracking day. So we've got last couple of spots. See if we can get a few more. Had a nice 92 earlier. So we had a few in the 80s, a 92. And hoping for a big one at this spot. This is the island. So, right, let's see how we get on. Not the greatest of camera skills. Sorry, didn't have the camera on, but I've hooked another one here. Now listen to what I say. Oh, I only put 2 turns on that. So on a full cast, guys, I've only wound the handle twice before getting a bite. In contrast, on the soft plastics, all I was getting was follows, swipes and bites under the rod tip. On the hard baits, fished a little bit slower, I'm getting confident bites almost as soon as they see it. Well done, Ricky the Roach. Got smashed again. Nom 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 nom. First chuck in the new spot. On the Westin swim again. The old nice little chunk. Absolutely smacked it. First shot. You know, look, it's all fucking sunk down. What's in there, do you think? You hear it crunching?
100. You feel that? That is 100% crayfish.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. You feel that? You feel that to here? How crunchy it is. There's no fish is crunchy.
Oh yeah.
There, right there.
Oh yeah, no, that is
it's a
definitely
fucking crayfish.
Definitely. Little crayfish munchers. Wow. Right, back you go, bud. Mate, you absolutely creamed that. Mate, do you know what? That was the first cast on that lure ever.
Good colour. When I see you leave, I thought, that's what I like that hard bait. They cast.
They cast and they hit them way harder than a soft bait. Mate, that tree's come down this year. So I've naturally moved back to the hard baits now, and again, another bite away from me. No follows, no swipes, just a proper bite and it's on again. Oh, another one. Little one. Right, that is 3 casts and 2 fish on this lure. Ever. That's not a bad ratio. This was in the old advent calendar as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's called Cola Perch something or other. Cola Fire Perch. Get it right, Tom. It's motor oil lemon perch. No, I think it was a custom colour actually, to be honest. Oh, right there, Toe.
Not close enough.
I'll tell you if it's close enough after 3 winds. It'll go wallop. Oh yes. 5 casts, 3 fish. Brilliant. Oh, go on, Tone, double hook up.
Pike on jerk bait.
Come on, we need a picture of a double hook up. I missed one earlier because I left. Oh no! No! It's come off again! Mate, I thought that was hooked well as well. Oh no! That's twice we've missed out on a double hook up today. Joking. Oh mate, great fun. Another one. Yeah, the old jerk bait's been good today, haven't they? All between, what's the biggest, what was that 92 I had earlier? It was a bit skinny, wasn't it? We've had a few scraper doubles, I'd imagine. Mate, lovely condition, aren't they? They're fucking on the feed today as well. I reckon that's 20 now, 17, that's 21, no, 22.
I've actually lost count. I don't even know how many I've had.
That's 22.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been keeping.
I was thinking if we fished it.
So we had.
I wasn't expecting it to be fucking this good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's worth one. Guys, notice with these hard baits, I'm fishing much slower on the wind, I'm throwing way more pauses in, and they suspend, they don't sink, which allows those pike more time to take the bait. Yep. I knew that was going to go.
Yeah,
Mate, they're just stacked up. I tell you what it is as well. It's that's the sunny bank that gets the sun all morning. Because it's the same bank that's been down.
I've been here. Honestly, they haven't been here.
Have they not?
No, I've had occasional. You know, you nick one out here.
Mate, when they're stacked up, we've had a few sessions where they're just stacked up in here. Oh, I can't believe I missed the second chance of a double hookup. Mine came off again.
Keep it on then.
Oh, go on. I'm going to chin it. I'm going to chin it. Oh, don't come off. Don't come off. Chin it, chin it, chin it. Chin it. Oh, he ain't coming off. He's well hooked. Mate, he's covered in leeches. Oh. Fuck, he got me again. Yes, I got him. Don't lose him. Oh, that's a better one. Mate, that's a chunk. Mine's a skinny one. Oh, he's only hanging on. Chin it. Chin it, Tone. Chin it.
Count if you get it in your hand.
Yes. It's on camera. Oh, mate. That's got to be... Mine's close to 80. Yours is better condition. They're about peas in a pod, actually. Yours is way better condition. Mate, look at that. It's got scrapes. Absolutely leached up. Must be 50 leeches on that one as well.
Fish in there again. Solid. Stomach's solid.
Oh.
Yeah, that ain't a bad fish, mate.
Mate, that's a crap. This is the best sport ever. That's 23 we've had today now. Do you want the pliers?
Really good to catch on some different baits as well.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? There we go. Off you go. Oh, brilliant. What do you think about that, Tone?
I think that is probably going to be a fish. That's what I think about that.
There we go. That is pike number, it's either 30 or 31 today between the two of us. Good day, Tone. Loads in their sort of 8 to 12 pound bracket. Absolutely fantastic fun, really good condition. So right, I'm going to put this one back. Off we go. Challenge was to catch on 5 different lures. I think you caught on 6 and I caught on 6 as well. Cracking day's fishing. Woohoo! So there we go, guys. Got to the end of the video. Thanks for watching all the way through. Please drop some comments below if you liked it, didn't like it, got any comments, any of that sort of stuff. I really want to hear from you guys because it's the first one I've done like this. But before I go, in true Tom's Kit Room style, I've got to make a bit of an analysis. So you might have heard me narrate a couple of times throughout the video on certain key points that I wanted you to keep an eye on. And I've actually found 5 really interesting points throughout the day after watching this footage 2 or 3 times. So here's my analysis. Number 1, on this day, so this was early March, right? We've had a few sunny days in a row and the water's clear. We've caught most of our fish really shallow. So probably 3, 4, maybe 5 foot deep at the most, but mostly 3 or 4 foot deep, I would say. And we've caught them on northern banks, which are south facing. And that means they're the banks that are going to get the most amount of sunlight all day. I think they've come up, they want to warm up. They've probably moved up for spawning. So there's another point I'll come on to in a second. But they definitely are starting to get a bit more active. But there was some interesting points throughout the day. But northern bank, south facing, shallow water, early March. But we did have sun for a few days prior to this. So keep an eye on that type of thing. The second thing was crayfish. We noticed a lot of those pike had crayfish in their stomach. Now, I think that's because they've actually been up shallow for a while. So this is an indicator to me that they've started to move up shallow to spawn. They've been up shallow for a while, and the only available food source is going to be those crayfish, which are up in that shallow water. There's a little bit of weed, but there's not loads of places for those crayfish to hide, and they will start getting active in the spring as well. I think all of the bait fish are out in deeper water still. They won't want to be in 3, 4, 5 foot of water, but the pike have moved up shallow. They still need something to eat. They've been there for a while, so they're picking up crayfish on the bottom. Interesting point. Number 3, leeches. You saw on that film how many fish had mega numbers of leeches, anywhere from 10 to probably 60 leeches on some of those pike. Now, again, that tells me a few things. 1, they're sitting for large periods of time dormant on the bottom, but more importantly, I also know the substrate that they're sat on. They're not sat on gravel banks, they're sat on silty or leaf mulch. That's where these leeches live, and you have to sit in literally with your belly on that mud for a long period of time to get 60 leeches. So they're really dormant for a long period of time. But I also know that when you get a little bit of sun, dark colours will absorb energy and heat more than light colours, which will reflect it. So I think they've come up probably looking to spawn, but they also want to sit on that dark leaf mulch because it's a little bit warmer than anything else. But they're large periods of time that they're inactive. So if you've got those days, early March, where again, they're bunched up. So we found a number of places where we're stood in one spot and we caught anything up to about 6 or 7 pike from one area. They're bunched up, and then you'll go for maybe 10 swims without getting a bite. And then you'll find another area where there's loads of them bunched up. What you'll find is if you go out and it's really difficult fishing, but you do get a follow or you get a little indication or a little pluck, make sure you come back to that area at a time that you think their feeding window might be. We ended up having a really good day and we were catching loads. We got the presentation right. But on those days where you find 1 or 2, the chances are there's loads more in that area because they really bunch up at this time of year. But you might not have been, they might have been their inactive period. A lot of them are just sat on the bottom collecting leeches. So go back to that same spot later in the day. That's my top tip. That's my recommendation in this cold water, because the water is still only about 5 or 6-ish degrees, 6.5 maybe at the most. So it's still pretty cold, but they are up shallow. They are starting to get active, but you've got to get the right window, right presentation window, right timing window. And then the last 2 points. Now you'll have heard me narrate over the top of this. Number one, the soft plastics. I'm going to make a little clip of just going to put these together now. So keep an eye on this. All the soft plastics. I was fishing a bit quicker. I can't pause for too long because they sink, and I'm only on shallow water, so I certainly can't pause for too long. That ends up with those pike. They don't want to super chase a bait. It's only 6 degrees, so I end up with a lot of follows right up, a load of swipes on the surface, and then I'm hooking a lot of fish. I actually think I got quite lucky during this session that you've just watched, where I've hooked a number of fish right under the rod tip. And a lot of the time they'll swipe, they'll see you, they'll scarper. It's not the best scenario for a good hookup ratio and maximizing your swims. However, when I've moved across to the hard baits, they're suspending. Ricky Roach suspending, Westin swim suspending. I fished them a little bit slower. I can put way more pauses in and they hang in the water, and you'll notice I got most of my bites away from me. That's the scenario that you want. You don't want followers, you don't want swipes, you don't want hooking them under the rod tip. You want proper bites away from you where it's just a solid bite, tip goes round, whack into it, and they're well hooked. All right, so notice the difference. Really, that difference is a little bit slower and the suspending bait. So there we go, guys. There's my top 5 tips analysis. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, pop some comments below. I try and get back to everyone, and yeah, really looking forward to getting back on the bank and doing another one for you. Until then, see you later.